let's talk about automating your marketing, your online marketing presence, using my 3 favorite tools that help me get my marketing handled, be strategic online, give my customers amazing experience while allowing me to be pretty hands-off in parts of the process so that I can do what I love doing, which is helping people with their marketing. So, I like to use Honeybook, Later, and Constant Contact, those 3 tools, to make my social marketing presence A, really strategic, B, pretty hands-off, and C, make it work harder for me than just posting in real time. So to start, after you develop your really strategic social media, like your strategy, your plan for your content, after you develop that, you know who your ideal client is, you're going to work through all those steps. There's other videos I have that go through some of that process with you. After you do that, you're going to schedule your content with Later. So this does not completely automate your entire social media presence. We do not want that. The robots don't yet know exactly who you're talking to and what you need to say to them. We're getting there, but it's not quite yet that point with AI. So you still will need to design some of your content, plan it out, be strategic, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Once you're doing that, use Later to schedule your content in advance. So Later allows you to post to 6 of the major social media platforms. Even on the free account, you get 10 posts per month with the free account of Later. And you can post to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Pinterest. That's 6 different accounts and presences. Now, I'm not saying you need to have a presence on all of those. I'm just saying Later covers a lot of the bases for wherever your presence is on social media. So schedule your content in advance with Later. Doing that saves me about 10 hours a month for my own social media content. That's not even counting clients that I manage through Later. So what that looks like is me planning out my content. You know, that takes a couple hours, designing it, that kind of stuff. I'm very skilled at this because I've been doing it for a long time, so my process is pretty streamlined. It's still going to save you time. Once you get into the habit of planning things in advance, you're still going to experience a time saving in having those posts go out automatically, and then you're just ready to plug in and engage. You're not getting sucked into, oh, what should I post? Or now I'm scrolling for a few hours, or I don't know what hashtags to use. You've got that sorted out in advance. It's written up, ready to go. Later's handling the posting for you. You just jump in and engage. That's a huge way to automate your social presence. And that's going to help you be ready to serve people better. So that energy that you would have been using posting in real time, you're going to be pouring into the customer service experience, whether that's creating better products, shipping things faster, providing more of the hands-on part of your business, better services, whatever it is. You take that time from, whatever you would have been spending marketing or stressing about marketing or any of those things, and you pour it into the people who are paying you money, which is excellent. The second part of the automation process, and these are the things that I use for my own brand. So this is not some sort of theoretical plan. This is an actual practice that I have for Bad Axe. The next part of, I've got social media content on lock. It's scheduled, it's going out, it's great. Now, what do I do now that I've been strategic with my social media and people are, becoming attracted to my brand? What's the next step for them? Typically for me, for my funnel, whatever you want to call it, I'm having people who are warm leads who I don't have a lot of touches with yet, right? We haven't maybe had too many direct messages or maybe none. My main thing that I direct people to on social media is to get them onto my newsletter list. So they're warm leads because they're saying, yes, Carolyn, please bother me in my inbox. And they're opting in to receive Bad Axe's monthly newsletter and other email communications. So I do that through Constant Contact. I've used Constant Contact for years with other clients, and I've just recently become a Constant Contact partner. So Bad Axe's account is now over there. I'm about 2 months in to having my emails go out through Constant Contact. I am loving it. Being able to set up automations and have things a lot more detailed than the platform I was using before as far as workflows and the data that I get from them. I am a nerd, so I love the data. So that's been really, really useful, exciting to me. If you want to check out Constant Contact, I've got a referral link below. Like I said, I'm part of their partner program. Not that I'm paid to use their platform. I chose to use it, and I want to help other people have really strong email marketing presences. So that's a huge part of automating the marketing, right? So people think like, oh yeah, email marketing, that's definitely part of marketing. But it's also lead nurturing. So marketing to me isn't just they're seeing stuff that I've broadcast out, whether that's YouTube, social media, whatever. They're becoming more and more intimate with my brand, and we are then going into the sales closing department, which I honestly I feel like marketing and customer service and sales and community, they're all just one big process. That's probably a topic for a whole nother video. So now, okay, they're in my newsletter list and they're like, yes, we love you. We want to work with you. What's the next step? The next step is in Honeybook. So on my homepage on badxenterprises.com, there's the Contact Us section on the homepage. If you click the button or you scroll all the way down, that is a form that I built with Honeybook. So that form is what is going to help me, what does help me automate my onboarding process. So in the past, and maybe you're in this boat currently, if somebody was like, I want to work with you, it's a lot of emails back and forth until we finally hit payday project start. It's, okay, what would you like to do? Oh, well, we have a website we want help with. Okay, is it an existing site? Are we building it from scratch? Where is it hosted? There's lots of questions. Or like, we want help with our social media presence. Okay, do you want a consult? Do you want me to manage it? That's like days and many emails back and forth. So with streamlining the onboarding process, and this, I think it's marketing. Some people might argue that it's more in the sales department, but like I said, they're all one big ball of customer journey. So with the onboarding process and Honeybook, I love using this intake form to funnel out action takers, right? So when somebody fills out the intake form, if they select certain project types, it triggers automatically a questionnaire instantly to get sent to their email. So if somebody says that they want help with social media in that intake form, as soon as they hit submit, they're getting a questionnaire about, okay, where's your social media presence? What type of accounts do you have? Do you need a consult? Do you want ongoing management? What's your budget? This goes out automatically. I do nothing. It just happens. I set it up. But in the day-to-day, that just goes out. The awesome thing about that is, for me, if people don't fill out the questionnaire, I'm not going to take any action. I am not going to babysit somebody and ask them like, hey, we can't work together until you fill out this questionnaire. If they don't fill it out, that is them not taking action. So for me, that's a vetting process, right? If somebody is willing to take the time, fill out that questionnaire, get me some answers, then it's going to probably be worth my time to meet with them, see if we're a good fit. If I'm already chasing them around for answers to some questions before we even work together, that's a red flag. Filling out questionnaire, green flag, amazing. Let's see what's happening. So that's respectful of everybody's time. If they're not able to put time into it to make this a good relationship, they're not going to get a good result. I'm going to be sad. They're going to be sad. So automating that onboarding process and helping you start vetting, if you're a service-based provider, I would say is a huge thing and a huge benefit to using Honeybook as a marketing tool or marketing process tool. Step 4, we're in 5 steps now. Did you guys realize that's step 4? So first, schedule your content with Later. Second, collect your warm leads through your email list. Third, automate your onboarding process or streamline your product purchasing process, whatever your sales may look like in your business, make that frictionless. 4, project management or relationship management. What does this look like in terms of automating this experience? If it's project management, I use Honeybook, so I use it for contracts, for timeline reminders, for payment, for all of these different things. Obviously, like, we could talk about Honeybook for hours. It's one of my favorite tools that has like totally changed my business and how I function as a business owner. So streamlining the project, right, through some of those automatic things. This is an extension of marketing. This is another representation of your brand online. This is you showing up as professional, as detail-oriented, and as caring about the client getting a good result. If you are a product-based business and you're like, okay, Carolyn, like a project proposal and stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. My business doesn't do that. Okay, product management. Maybe this is automations during the anticipation process. So somebody makes a purchase. Awesome. They're waiting for your product to either ship or they're waiting to use it if it's a digital product. How are you serving them then? Are you just like, bye? Like nothing. They're like never going to hear from you again. The product's going to arrive. They're going to use it and they're never, you guys are never going to talk. How are you priming them to use that product? How are you keeping them engaged with your brand and excited about what they're waiting for in their mailbox or what they're getting ready to use digitally? How are you serving them in that respect? That can be through email automations, e-commerce automations, or you directly reaching out to them. I know that's not a marketing automation, but it's important. Nurture people in the whole process of them working with you. And the 5th step, it's going to bring it all back to step 1, which is scheduling content with Later. Step 5, develop user-generated content by getting feedback from your clients. Wow, look at that. I brought it full circle. I'm so proud. This doesn't always happen. Developing user-generated content in the form of feedback. That's testimonials. That's reviews. That's photos of people using your product. How are you encouraging people to submit that? Are you automating that process? Do you have that email go out a month later, a week later? When does it make sense for them to submit that? Do you have it set up in your social media plan too? Are you asking people like, hey, if you're a past customer, you could be featured on our social. Send us, have a clear course of action of how can they submit stuff that you then have this nice little library of testimonials, reviews, customer photos, whatever, that you can then use and plug into your social plan to schedule it out with Later, like we talked about in step 1. How do you automate your marketing? Are there any tools, tricks that you use that just totally rock for your business? I am a huge nerd about this subject, so I'd love to hear how you are automating your brand's marketing or the whole customer journey. Tell me in a comment, and until next time, stay badass.